Welcome to CookIN Gone Wild Field to Table. I'm your host, Michelle Kane, and today we'll be urban catfishing.
Thank you.
It's going to be really nice and fresh, so I'm excited. We are at Meadowlark Pond in Carmel, one of our Go FishIN in the city sites, and Ron is going to show me how to catch some catfish today. So maybe we go through some basics on equipment.
Okay, start out with the most popular piece. This is called a spin cast rod and reel. This is the most common one that you'll take out for kids and everything. It's lightweight, it'll catch about anything you have. The next one we move up to is a little bit more advanced, which is a spinning rod and reel. This is a little heavier duty than probably what you need for this park, but it's it works great for catfish.
And the difference there is the open face versus the closed?
Yeah, one's open face, and it's a push button type as compared to where you have to hold the line to make the cast.
Okay.
And then this is a bait caster. This is what most of your tournament fishermen use, and some of your bass fishermen, they all use the bait casters and everything. So we lead into a bigger piece of equipment.
All right, and I see that some of the rods are a lot thicker there, so obviously that's to anticipate a bigger fish, correct?
Right. I fish tournaments, so I fish, this is the equipment that I usually use.
Fish.
So, right.
How about maybe some bait and what we might use today?
Bait, what generally most people are going to bring out here is going to be night crawlers. We've got some worms with us. We've also got bee malls. Those are bee malls that you can buy at any of the bait houses.
Okay.
Bee malls we generally catch with catfish. They eat natural foods, so you're going to want to catch, if you catch bluegill, you can use a cut bluegill for bait. We also have some shad. Shad is not natural to most of these ponds, so they may or may not eat the shad, but shad are frozen because you cannot transport them live.
Right.
So we actually catch them early, freeze them so that we have them because during the hot times of the season they're very hard to catch.
Okay,
We're actually going to cut them up,
Okay.
right?
Is there anything else that we really need? It sounds pretty straightforward.
No, it's really basic. This is a 1 ounce weight.
Okay.
I prefer to use a leader. You don't have to use a leader, but I use about a 12-inch leader. And what we've got attached here is a circle hook. A circle hook, you don't really have to set the hook, so it works better for kids. The fish sets the hook itself.
Okay. Cool.
And all you have to do is reel it in. So.
Sounds simple, which is good. I like that. And I think we should get out there and try to catch some fish. What do you
Let's
think?
go.
All right.
Right now we're just going to fillet off a piece of meat and try and figure out what they want here first. You can throw it out without a weight here. That way hopefully we don't really need the poles resting against the dock that keeps it, so we don't need anything to hold them. And so it's got a circle hook on it, so when it bends down, when he's got it, it'll just bend down, and then you just got to turn the handle a few times real quick.
Okay.
And it'll set the hook for you. And he's getting pretty close to it. I'm getting a hold of it there. So.
Pick up the pole when we're ready.
Next time he bends the tip down, just go ahead and twist the handle real quick.
Okay.
There you go. All right.
Ah!
Fish on.
Yeah.
And it is a little catfish. Now we can show you the proper way to handle a catfish.
Oh, look at him. He got that in there. Good.
Yeah.
Yes.
The proper way to handle a catfish is to actually get behind these two fins and in front of this one here. And if you start at the head, you'll always lay this back one down so that you don't get them in your hand, and then you wrap your hand around the rest of them.
The spines are really sharp when they're little like that.
Right.
Not that they're not sharp when they're big.
This is a channel cat, and you can tell by this is a young one because you can tell by the spots, the fork in the tail.
I was telling the guy the other day that noise is the pectoral fins moving into socket. Can you hear that? Can you hear that? That's actually those fins moving in the joint socket that's making that noise. You hear that? So here we've got whiskers, what most people call them. Technical terms, barbels. And a lot of people think that these will shock you or sting or hurt you. They don't. They use these a lot for smell because they're down real deep where they don't have a lot of sight. So I mean they're soft. That's what they use those for. What can hurt you, like we were talking about, are the spines right here. So on each of these, the pectoral fins and the dorsal fin, they have these real pointy spines.
Oh, there's the other one going.
Oh!
Well, they seem to be liking the shad today.
That's true. About the same size too. Got to be this year's. They're about the same
size.
Yeah,
there.
They got to be this year's stocking.
They're good eaters. You can get some fillets off of both of them.
That's the goal of this program. Get these fish in here from Terre Haute prison. Get people to fish them and eat them. That's what happens when you're not paying attention.
That's the advantage of circle hooks. The circle hook will catch them for you.
All right, I think I got a catfish and a lot of coontail. Either that or he's much bigger than the last one.
Too. That's a really nice one.
Oh, it is. Oh, come on. I jinxed it. Oh, that was a nice fish too. Son of a biscuit. Oh. Man.
I saw the grotto was going to fly.
I know. That was a nice one. All right, well, the good news is there's big ones in here too, which I thought, since we've been stocking now for a couple years. But now we have proof. Haha. I think we did pretty good over there. What do you think?
We did great. We kind of wore out our welcome, so we'll move to a different spot.
See what else this pond has to offer.
All right.
Hopefully more catfish, right? And if I get a big one, I'll hopefully get it in this time.
There you go. Another area.
Right? I can only hope. I have to say though, they're kind of heavy in this net. Well, after coming down to this end of the pond, we weren't as successful, but the other end we got 6. So overall, a great day.
Fun day.
Yeah, and I want to thank you for coming out here and showing me the ropes.
You're welcome.
I appreciate that. So now it's time to go to the kitchen. Some people prefer to skin their catfish because they'd like to cook them whole. But for our recipe today, which is going to be a catfish gumbo, I just went ahead and filleted it like I would a bluegill because we're cutting it up into these chunks. So the first step is to actually make a roux over at the stove, and the whole recipe is going to be at the stove today. So I'm going to take my ingredients over there. Now that our roux is a nice peanut butter color, we are going to go ahead and add in all our vegetables. So we have half of a large onion. Aha, there we go. And it's a lot of vegetables for this recipe. Stir that around. About a cup of celery. A whole green pepper. Two large carrots. And zucchini. Since that okra is already cooked, I'm going to wait to add that in until last. to go ahead and let this cook until they become a little soft, and then we're going to add in all the rest of our ingredients. Now that our vegetables have cooked for about 5 to 7 minutes, we're going to go ahead and throw in the okra, our smoked sausage. You can use any smoked sausage that you prefer. Some Cajun seasoning, garlic, about a tablespoon of hot sauce, tablespoon of sriracha, and mix that around a little bit. Right. And this is a can of crushed tomatoes. And we're going to put in 6 cups of chicken broth. Go ahead and mix that around really well, and then we're going to let this cook for about an hour to an hour and a half, and then we are going to throw in our catfish last so it doesn't get overcooked. Now that our gumbo has cooked for about an hour, we're going to go ahead and add in our catfish. All right. Stir that around really well, and then we're going to let it cook for about another 30 minutes or until the catfish is nice and flaky. Our catfish gumbo is all ready to go, so I am going to go ahead and taste it. We put it in a bread bowl just to give it a little something different. So make sure I get some catfish in there. It's got the smokiness from the sausage in there that's really good, and just a little bit of kick. And the catfish just tastes really mild in there. It's really good, chock full of veggies, so how can it not be healthy, right? Thanks for joining us today on CookIN Gone Wild Field to Table. If you'd like to see more episodes, you can subscribe to our YouTube channel. If you'd like more information about fish and wildlife, you can follow us on Facebook and Twitter. Can't wait to see you next time on CookIN Gone Wild Field to Table. I'm so excited. And what you do is you remove them, which doesn't hurt the fish, and then you section it. And it's like rings on a tree, and that's how you can tell how old they are. And he just went flying. Sorry, buddy.
Hey, you spit up the bait.
Yeah.
We're going to talk about the... let's start with aging with the spines again.
Yeah.